welcome back to New Bits with Vac and Vinnie, the only podcast where you never know when the next episode's coming.
We got things going on, things happening, things getting in the way.
We're at sea. Where we got a career, we got kids. I got kids. But thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate you sticking with us.
Yeah.
We got a great show for you today. A very good friend of the show. We got Danny Johnson coming back to do a video review of my funeral bit, which I did for the first time on stage. So let's just get him in here. Let's get this episode started. A very funny guy. He's probably one of the best writers out there, best joke writers out there. He's hosts his own podcast, Behind the Bar with Danny Johnson. Very funny comic, a good friend for many years. Please welcome Danny Johnson.
Hey, gentlemen. Good to be back.
Hello. Gentlemen.
Good to have you back, man.
All right.
Yeah. We are that, man.
You're looking well. It's good to be back on New Bits.
Good to have you again, my friend. So good to have you again.
Yes, absolutely.
So I was talking to Danny Johnson about a new bit I tried and that we were going to do a video review. And he said, hey, man, I'd like to come on and review the bit with you. So here we are.
All right.
All right. So, hey, normally what I do is I make excuses for the bit before I show the bit. But I'm just going to go ahead and show it and make excuses afterwards. You guys okay with that? All right. So here we go. Let's take a look at it. This is funerals. First time ever in front of an audience. Let's take a look.
People say stupid shit all the time, don't they? I was walking into a funeral with my buddy. He goes, man, I am not good at this. What a cop-out. Huh? Tell me you don't want to be here without telling me you don't want to be here. No one wants to be here, especially the dude in the box, right? No one is good at this. Is funeral in somebody's wheelhouse? Really? Are there dudes strutting into funerals going, let's do this? Watch your boy shine up in here, yo. This my shit. Like you. I never know what to say to the family. No one knows what to say to the family. It's a very difficult time. Right? There is no magical phrase or word for that type of situation, right? I just want to say, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I told you I was good at this shit. Funeral procession is a weird custom, isn't it? How'd that get started? Yeah. Am I bringing you down with the funeral stuff? It's a weird custom. How'd it get started? Hey, man, you hear about Bob? He died. Really? We should have a parade. I don't know about you guys, but when I see a funeral procession go by, I get bummed out. You guys?
Yeah.
Me too, man. You're sitting in the traffic light, funeral procession goes by, you start to get reflective, you think about your life, you're like, oh man. Huh? I did not have that many friends. Fuck, I don't even think I know this many people. There's got to be an open bar where they're going, because look at I don't think anyone's going to be attending my funeral. No. Someone's got, I don't think it's going to be that big. You know, people are going to be sitting at a traffic light going, oh man, here comes another funeral procession. It's probably got to, no, it's over. Must have been Vinnie Coppola who died. Who? Exactly. This is where they shift.
All right, there you go. It's out there.
Yeah.
I can't take it back.
It's out there. It's
I wish I had that premise when I heard about it. I wish I had that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that makes me feel good, man. Thank you.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I like it. You want to get into it? I got some notes here.
I would love to, but what I like to talk about how I came up with it and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and then make excuses for how it
Do
went
it.
and all that stuff. As you both know, I recently had a very good friend pass away, so
You're both
this is kind
frozen.
of born. Yeah, this is kind of born out of a real situation where somebody actually said, man, I am not good at this. And then immediately I started laughing. Who the hell's good at this? Who's good at something like that? So, and then the funeral procession thing was born out of it too, and all that stuff. This was a show it was like a showcase. There was a musical comedy act performing, and they wanted some comedians to perform in between their sets. So they went on. They did a 20-minute set. They had comedians. I was one of them. I was the last comedian. Then they did their second set. So it was a very small venue. There was about, I would say, maybe 25, 30 people in there. And as I have said often on this podcast, it doesn't always go right the first time. But I was actually kind of happy with the way that went. I think Vac's line was great about the wheelhouse. Great line. As a matter of fact, it did so well. It actually kind of surprised me. I mean, I knew it was going to be funny, but I didn't expect the reaction as big as that. Because as you saw, I was almost about to keep going. And then but I wanted to say this: the "what a cop out" line. Oh, I'm no good at this. What a cop out. Tell me you don't want to be here, without saying you don't want to be here. No one wants to be here. I actually thought of that on the way to the gig, and it wound up kind of slowing the whole thing down. So I kind of regret that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That kind of
agree.
just like that kind of put a and it almost seemed to take me away from my premise, and thank God for
Interesting.
Vac's line. Yeah.
That's
Thank
what I
God for
do.
Vac's
That's what I
line.
do, boys.
I know that. I know it. Yeah. And I love the Vac also gave me the line. See, I told you I was good at this. I turn around and look at
Yeah.
so I was happy with that. But the main thing I wanted to say was, I've shown new bits in front of an audience for the first time on this podcast. And, I'm like, me and Vac will go back and forth, and I'll say, yeah, man, well, hey, that's what it looks like sometimes. I was actually not displeased with the reaction I got here.
Yeah, I think
You
overall
should have been very happy.
because it was such a small crowd.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what I mean? Like it's the small crowd gave a decent reaction. It gives you a better sense of how funny it's going to be eventually.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm definitely gonna do it again. I like it up front, and I think it's a keeper, guys. I think it's definitely a keeper.
It's a definite keeper.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and the next time I do it, Vac, I'm gonna give a little more. I'm gonna savor the wheelhouse line a little more, because that it shocked me how powerful that was in the bit. So
I'm a powerful man.
I understand that.
I'm very powerful.
And I apologize for underestimating you, sir.
Okay.
underestimating your line. Yeah. So go ahead, guys. Tear away. Let me hear it. I got my notepad.
I agree with your assessment up front. Get, those the cop out. Be here. Just get into the bit.
Yeah.
Jump into the pool. I don't know how. What's the very first thing you would say if you didn't do those cop out lines?
If I didn't do the cop out line, it would have went right into the thing. Minus, it would have been. People say dumb shit sometimes. And I was walking into a funeral with my buddy, and he goes, "Man, I am not good at this."
Yeah,
who's good at this?
That should be the first three sentences. Yeah,
I know. I almost see. I'm sitting there. I'm driving. I'm like, oh man, yeah. What a cop out. Yeah, that's gonna get a laugh. Yeah. And it wound up being a speed bump. Yeah.
I wonder how to when I was watching it, so you're acting out the guy that's good at it, and you never know what to say. No one knows what to say. All I could say is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
But when you say it, that this is the only time you've done it. You look down at the ground and not at the crowd.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to see, because the guy who's saying it is the guy who's good at the funerals.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he actually puts his hand on a shoulder of somebody. Nobody knows what to say.
Yeah.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious with confidence. You say that,
Yeah.
and I would even say that the person responds to you like, that doesn't make sense, and you can say, yes, senseless death, senseless. So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And you respond, that's right, senseless death.
It's a senseless death.
Senseless.
I'm gonna go get an hors d'oeuvre.
Right. Can I get you something?
I like the hand on the shoulder. Put the hand on the shoulder. Yeah. And look up at them.
Because you're saying that as the guy who's good at it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to look sheepish or down or whatever.
Yeah. Look at them.
Yeah.
I like the hand on the shoulder thing. I like looking at them. Yeah, that's excellent.
And because you could the crowd will probably laugh at like that and say like, why the heck is he saying that? And if you wanted to play on the person you said it to, going, that doesn't make sense. And yes, senseless death indeed.
Yes, doesn't.
Can I get you a spritzer?
Yeah, senseless death. Yes, senseless death. Yeah.
The person who
you kind of want out of character, being the confident guy. You want out sheepishly when you said it. You know what I mean? Like, remain the guy that's good at it.
Right. Yeah. What was that, Vac?
When the guy says, "I'm not good at this," and you go, "I got who is? Right, who is?" I don't know if this is starting to get off the track, but what is he good at? Like I'm not good with this. Really, Jimmy? I don't know one thing you're good at. What are you good at? I don't know anything you're good at. So I don't know what to make of that. Nobody's good. What are you good at? Well, just I don't know.
You didn't make it out of the third grade, Jimmy. You're not good at anything.
You're not good at it. There's nothing you're good at. I had to tie your tie for you. You're not good at anything. How have you made it this far in life?
I had to tie your tie.
Geez, Vinny. That hurt. Yeah, whatever.
And then if you want an out to insulting this guy, after you do the couple of insults, you're like, all right, let's behave. Let's go in the funeral or whatever. Like you're outside the funeral, like you got to get going. Like, all right, let's cut this out. Let's behave now. You're telling him to behave, even though you're making fun of him.
I say, yeah.
All right, let's behave now. Let's get in there.
Let's behave now. Let's get in.
Before we get into the funeral procession part, which I liked a lot too. I don't know if I don't think we talked about this, Vinny, the first time, but a lot of times at funerals, people go, "Oh, he's in a better place. He's in a better place." And everybody goes, "Oh, yeah." So, he's in a better place. Really? He died on a golf course drinking a beer served by a Venezuelan hooker. He's not in a better place. He's in a box now. He's in a much worse place.
Yeah, he's right over there.
He's right over there. Yeah.
He's right over there. I mean, they always say he's in a better place, and everybody goes, yeah. Nobody believes that. I mean, it depends. How did he die?
Right.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to get too blue, but he died on a golf course drinking a beer served by a Venezuelan hooker.
Venezuelan person served by.
How could this be better? Look at him. Look at him. He can't even move. He's got rigor mortis. How could it be in a better place?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. We actually touched on that, Vac, and one of the lines that I loved was when you went, he's in a better place. Don't go hack.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Don't go hack. But then I'm thinking, is he in a better place? I don't know.
Is he really in a better place? Yeah. See, this is all stuff. This is all stuff to merge off onto once the bit starts killing and stuff like that. Then I can start delving deeper into this stuff. But yeah. All right. Okay. I like it. I like it, guys.
I got,
Go ahead.
this is Vac, did you want to get into the procession? Because I have something that's just maybe potentially adding on to it, but he didn't actually talk about it on stage. Do you want to do the procession first?
What I
Talk
like
through
about
that?
the funeral procession, with the line about "I don't have that many friends," got a good laugh. I thought that was a good line.
Real good
and
laugh.
then how you turned it into well, I forget how you worded it, but you'll never get caught behind my funeral procession. You'd be there, go, oh, that must be Vinny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Like self-deprecating.
Yeah, thanks.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you said it's over, like, another funeral. No, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
That must have been Vinny.
Yeah. I love the line. I love the line, and it didn't get, as big a laugh as "I don't have that many friends." I love the line, after I say, "Oh, must have been Vinny Capolo died." Who exactly?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did we talk about jumping into a funeral procession to save time?
Yes,
we did.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
I thought we did.
Joey
Okay.
jumping into the funeral procession, taking off his Domino's
Yeah,
jacket.
the whole thing. Yeah. That might come down the line. Don't get too boggled down with it, but that might be good.
Absolutely, dude. After I do the whole funeral procession bit, I can just pause and look at him and go, "You ever jump into a funeral procession?"
You did that you did that to get there on time tonight for the show.
Yeah. Jumped into a funeral procession. Yeah, I was late. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
How to get here tonight? Yeah.
All right, Danny, you want to say something about that?
Yeah, I'm just diving into the character of this guy being really good at funerals, right? So good that he coaches. Like, first of all, how does he prep? Is he in the mirror in the morning before a funeral? He's like, all right, I got tissues over here. I got certs over here. I got a couple quotes. He's practicing. Like, I'm so sorry to hear. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I am sorry. And then does he coach other people? Does he open up like a consulting business?
Yeah.
Are you bad at funerals? I've been to 700 of them.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I can take care of you. I can take care of you. Yeah. We talked a little bit about that, Danny. I still have that stuff.
I think a lot of these ideas, like Vac said, are going to be like, once you get the core of the bit down,
right,
and then you feel comfortable enough, this is going to kill. And then if you have a good crowd, you can kind of start massaging these other pieces in as you feel you could squeeze them in.
Yeah, there's so much to mine there with funeral processions, and just what I did, just what you guys saw was just over 2 minutes. I mean, this can wind up being a 4 or 5 minute bit, man. You know what I'm saying, on funerals.
Yeah.
And if I think back to when I was a kid, cars did not have daytime running lights like we do now. Everyone's lights are on now.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, like back in the day, if you were in a funeral procession, you got to turn your lights on. It's during the day, but now everyone is technically in a funeral procession.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, you're distinguished by the cops,
Right.
The motorcycle cops. That's how you know. Yeah.
Right. And you're trying to squeeze in. The cop gives you that look, like, do you really belong in the?
Yeah, hey,
you're shirtless in a Jeep. I don't know.
Yeah, but my lights are on.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's really good.
That's real good. Yeah, man, I'm excited about it. All right, you guys got more ripping and tearing for me?
No,
I'm excited to see the growth of it. I think it can.
Yeah.
Cool. Like starts out 2-3 minutes, and then all of a sudden somebody says something about I cut in line in one, and then that idea comes. You already have the ammunition, and if the opportunity arises, it's going to be a good 7-8 minute bit.
Wait a second. Did I write that down about? Yeah, let me write that down real quick. I had to jump into one to get here. Jump. All right, guys. It's out there. Can't be taken back, but that's all right. Job. I wanted everybody. Vac and I wanted everybody to see the process. Fly or die, pretty or ugly. So I wouldn't say I wouldn't say soared, but I would say got airborne. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely airborne.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Danny, did you have something you wanted to work on?
Yeah, is that cool with you guys? It's your show.
Heck yeah. That's what we do.
So I'm working on the new special, right? That I should be shooting in January. And I was able to. I did a 45-minute set this past Saturday, and I was really happy with it. Because there's like, those bits that kill all the time, and then those bits in between that are sort of just funny situations. They get a laugh, but they're not gut-bustingly funny. And I stuck with the lines. I stuck with everything and went through it. So I'll run a few by you and see what you guys think. And this is honestly happens to me more than I'd probably like to admit. But I say, have you ever asked someone a question? Have you ever asked a stranger? Have you ever asked someone a question and about 4 words into their response regret asking them that question? You know what I mean? Like it's always, because as soon as the response starts, you just immediately regret, why did I start talking to it? And I just, in my head, I'm like, this person has got a lot of words and they're about to share them all with me today. And I can always tell, because I'm going to regret it, because they typically repeat your question. Like if you're with a stranger on the street and you go, "Hey man, did you see that? Did you ever see that happen before?" If they repeat the question, it's going to be a 65-minute. Did I ever see that before? Let me tell you, son. It was a. All right.
Yeah.
So that's the premise, because I was at a softball game, and the umpire came over, talked to us before the game, and I asked him a question, and he just started slowly rambling. I'm just looking at my teammates, and they're giving me the look, "Why'd you ask him a question?" I'm like, right, why am I asking? I immediately regret it.
Yeah. I know a couple of people, Danny, that if you ask them a question, they'll go for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's no point where they take a breath and they're literally starting a new, it just goes off on tangent after tangent after tangent. I've been there. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I've done it once.
Oh, sorry. What was that? Yeah.
No, that's good. I just wanted to, it reminded me where the laughs were.
Okay.
So when I say, regretted asking him that question, when I say, oh boy, this guy has got a lot of words.
I love that line.
And
great
that
line.
gets
he's going to use them all, and he's going to use them all.
Yeah, he's going to share them all with me today.
Yeah. You know what I kind of see with this, Danny? I don't know if you want to go this route. Are you doing the name remembering bit in your special?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't work. Maybe you just want to do an inner monologue, while it's happening, you go, do you ever just, sometimes I just tune out, man. Like, oh, this guy's got a lot of words and he's using them all. Oh my God, he's still talking. Just look at him. What is that little bit of saliva on the bottom of his lip? Why won't that go away?
Yeah.
Lick your lips.
I also do this thing in real life. I start slowly backing up. Like I start slowly, like by an inch at a time, I start backing up until I'm out of the circle of the conversation. And I just turn
I was just thinking, how do you get out of something like that? It's got to be something huge. Like they're going on and on and like, ow, what was that?
Right.
Something bit me.
Just fake the heart attack and stick with it,
Fake with the heart attack, right?
Just stick with it. Drop to the ground.
Yeah, let me make that note. How do I get out of that conversation?
Yeah.
In real life, I'm kind of looking for somebody else. I'm looking for a friend. Like
exactly.
Like, hey, Timmy.
If you were going to do the inner monologue, you're like, oh man, this guy's still talking. Look at that little bit of spit on his lip. Why would
Right.
What I wouldn't give for a rooftop gunman right now to start taking. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my head is just you going through an inner monologue. You can even go like this. Yeah. Oh boy, this guy won't shut up. I don't know.
Yeah. This, what I wouldn't give. What? Why wouldn't this guy give anything for a Gatorade right now? How dry is this guy's mouth?
Just take a sip. Why don't you? Can you take a breath? Can you take a breath, please? Take a breath, mint.
If I see somebody I don't like and that happens, I point to the guy that told the long story and I'm going to go, he hasn't heard that. Tell him that. Tell him that. And then I walk away.
Yeah. He hasn't heard that story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you pass them off. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. This guy's
so I'll take that away. How do I get out of that conversation? That's the angle I need to discover.
Yeah. How to I've been experimenting. Foolproof.
Oh my God.
Hey, hold that thought. Yeah.
Right.
How do I I've been experimenting with ways on how to get out of those conversations.
Right.
So far what I've come up with was the fake insect bite.
Right.
It's something dynamic. Holy cow, what because what I found with these people that I know a couple of them, and I rarely ask them in things, because especially when there's other people around, because when there's other people around and it's you and this person who won't shut up, now they're putting on a show. Now they have to give out all their information. Hey, look at me. I'm in the middle.
Right.
But what I've realized is it's it's got to be something big so that you can step away, you know?
Yeah.
You can get out of it. You can just, dude, so many times I was sitting there going, oh God, when is this going to end? And if I could just stop it.
Right.
And it's the worst. You know when it's the worst? It's the worst when you want to leave. Like you got to go somewhere. You got to go, like, I don't know, to a meeting, or you got to go to work, or you got to go pick up a kid or something like that.
Right.
And this,
Yeah. I also, I stole this from my mother. She does this in a conversation when she wants it to end. She'll go, all right.
Right. Yeah. That's great.
My mother says, okay.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah. See, dude, you can say, why not put that in there?
Yeah.
I learned this from my mom. When my mom wants to end the conversation. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Danny, if you had a bit about your mother saying, all right.
I don't yet.
If you did, that's a great callback.
Yeah. And it could be, and it could be,
Putting it in with the guy. He's talking. All right.
Yeah.
What if you even had the bit where, I love my mom, but because my mom will do this all the time. All the time. When she's done, it's okay, Greg. That's it. I could be in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
I know she's done. So it's my mom, so I don't say anything. I go, okay, I get it, Ma. So, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
The joke I have about my mom in the phone call right now is one where I say where she talks to me for hours. I don't get any word in, which is fine. And at the end of the phone call, after talking my ear off for 2 hours, she goes, okay, let me go.
So
see, I was gonna say,
call that back with the guy.
Yeah.
After a while, it's like, okay, let me go. I get it, Mom.
That's great.
I get it. Whatever.
Yeah, I love that, Vac. And you want, and Danny, I was thinking whether you want to do the mom thing up front, or
it is
just
up front,
or just talk about I got to find a way to get out of it. My mom knows how to get out of it. If my mom is done talking to me, she just starts rubbing her. Okay. And then if you want to do the mom bit after, what immediately came to my mind was something that you like urgent, like something I don't know. Hey mom, maybe it could be from when you were a child. Like, hey mom, I skinned my knee. I'm bleeding. Can I get a band? Okay.
Right.
See, that's a bad example, but I'm just saying something where you need her, and she's okay.
Right.
But that would be the callback bit that Vac suggested. That just popped into my head. I don't know.
I like it. I need to find out how to get out of the conversation. It could even be I come up with a couple scenarios and let the audience vote, and then the let me go callback.
Yeah, but you have to let them know. Well, this is how my mom does it.
Or if I do the joke up front, the mom joke before.
Yeah. Callback. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. That
I like
works.
how, like Vac said earlier, that's what I do.
That's what I do.
That's what Vac
what I do.
does.
What I do.
Vac's the miracle worker around here, man.
So
Very kind, Vinny.
I got
Hey.
I have a couple of Planet Fitness jokes that I'm
man.
good with, but I parlayed it into something that happened to me the other day, and I told the story on stage Saturday for the first time, and it went all right. But I parlayed so Planet Fitness, and I say there's a lot of senior citizens at Planet Fitness, which I like because I get to work out next to them, and I feel much stronger, right? I said, but I do love talking to senior citizens a lot. They're some of my favorite people in the world because they're either hilarious, wise, or mildly racist. In either way, it's a fun conversation. But they're very open about their medical issues.
Yes,
senior citizens, right? And I'm fast approaching senior citizen. Don't get me wrong, but I'm walking my dog the other day, and I see my neighbor across the street. He comes, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going there, Steve?" He's like, the doctor's got my levels, I think, good now. Not too depressed, not too manic. My levels are good, and the liver in the back. What are you gonna do? And I'm like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
It was almost like we were mid-conversation or something. It was him passing across the street.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I'm like, maybe I'm at the doctor, and she's like, what's going on with you? I'm like, I don't know. I think my levels are off. Or she's like, levels of what? I'm like, I don't know, levels of oldness, or I don't know. Just check my levels.
Yeah. Don't we all have levels?
Yeah.
Levels.
Yeah.
Levels, Jerry.
Levels, Jerry.
Yeah.
But that really happened. I added the liver in the back thing, but he did the whole like literally, hey, how are you? And he's like, they got just right off the bat.
Yeah.
This is across the street. They got my levels, I think, figured out. Not too manic, not too depressed. Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
Like, all right, morning.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, thanks. That I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Did you try it on stage? You said.
Yeah, it worked pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you're looking to add to it or something, or
I wanted to. I have something jotted down where because that's all my mom or dad talk about really is like not really my dad, but mostly my mom and senior citizens in general. Like she'll bring a bunch of her friends to my show, and we'll be across the room, and she'll be like, okay, so that's my friend Tom, had the hernia last year. That's his wife, Carol. She had the hysterectomy at 55. Yeah. And it's just, that's how she's identifying these people. Like I'm going to memorize or even bring it up.
They're not a botanist or a lawyer.
Right. Her son got his third DUI this week. We don't talk about that.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good, Vac. Yeah.
I like them. Like, you even care? Like, why would you care? Like, Mom, I don't care that you had a hysterectomy at 55. I mean, why is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Like, but
if we're not supposed to, if I'm not supposed to talk about it, why are you telling me?
Yeah. I thought about flipping the script on my mom, or having her flip the script on me. Like by the time she gets to the fourth person, she's like, that's my friend Margaret. I'm like, oh, really? What's wrong with her? She's like, nothing's wrong with her. Why would you ask that? Why would we just give out that information like that? Don't be rude.
Yeah. That's personal, Danny. What if you
personal information?
And then she comes up to you and she comes up and she goes, hey, Margaret, how are you? She goes, well, my levels are up.
Yeah. That's it. But yeah, maybe I could flip the script and have my mom tell me how insensitive I am.
Yeah, I thought you said nothing was wrong with her, Ma.
Right.
Her levels.
Did you know Margaret's levels are off? Oh, mind your own business, Daniel.
Right. Why would you ask about somebody's medical?
Levels.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It really was. I'm so glad I ran into him from 50 feet away.
I know. Yeah.
And I know he's prepping to talk to me too, because I can hear him. He plays music out loud on his phone in his pocket. And when he's weighing the distance, and I see him hit pause, I'm like, all right, it's on now.
Yeah.
Pause the music. We're ready for a little conversation. Yeah, he's a great dude.
How old do you think?
Late 70s.
Wow. Okay.
Mid 70s. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
it's hard to tell. At a certain age, it's hard to tell.
I think about 70 is where you get to that age where you just tell people your medical stuff. Like you got all your pills, and look, I got to take this and this and this in the morning, this in the afternoon, this. I know older people that brag about how many pills they take.
Right.
Yeah. My doctor got me on this. He got me on that.
You take 15 pills a day. That's nothing. That's my breakfast.
Nothing. It's nothing.
What are you, 65?
Right.
Yeah. What are 4 of them Tylenol? Ooh.
Yeah, 4 of them. Ooh, big man. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, wait till you got to take 7 so your heart won't explode.
7 just for my heart, buddy.
That's a horse pill.
Yeah.
It sort of ties into, I have this note jotted down about the commercials that tell you to ask your doctor about a certain medicine.
Oh, yeah.
Ask your doctor if Zeflaxin's good for you. I'm like,
yeah.
Why don't we? I'm not asking my doctor. Why don't let the doctor do the doctoring? You know what I mean? I'm not. Hey, I was.
Doc, I know you got that fancy degree on the wall. Hey, Doc, I know I see you got a fancy degree from Harvard Medical School. But I want to ask you a question about Zeflaxin. Have you ever heard of this, Doc?
Yeah.
I think it's right for me.
Is it right for me?
Because I want to run through a field with a puppy.
Yeah. Is it right for me? All right. Yeah. And you're in trouble when he goes, you know what? Excuse me for a minute. I'll be right back, because he's got to go look it up.
You look it up.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what it is.
What the question should be, ask your doctor if he's accepting kickbacks from Zeflaxin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's actually. Yeah, is he receiving any kickbacks from the manufacturer of Zeflaxin or whatever the hell it is?
Because we got a lot of doctors on the take right now. So why don't you ask your doctor if Zeflaxin is right for you and him?
Yeah. It's along the lines of, like, when you asking your doctor stuff, like the dermatologist kind of asks me every time, like, has anything changed on your body? I'm like, yes, but you tell me what changed in a bad way. You're the doctor.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
What do you? I don't. I got a C in biology. What do you?
Yeah, a lot of things have changed. Can you just tell me what looks bad?
Yeah,
that's why I'm here, Doc.
Help me out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my dermatologist, I have to strip down to my underwear. And and he does the top to bottom check, everything. Bottom of the feet, in between my toes. I mean,
smart.
Yeah, he does everything. So, and he says to me, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "Good." All right, turn around. I see you. Yeah, good. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at. Okay, these are. Don't worry. Keep your eye on this. All right, see you. But I mean, it's like a whole thing. It's like more invasive than when I go for a physical.
Yeah, that's going to be. I have a chunk on my dermatologist. She was a supermodel, which I don't want when I'm in my underwear. A supermodel, and then she's scooping in with a microscope. I'm like, oh, we're on a cellular level now. All right, that's great.
I do a bit in my act. When I got divorced, I lost all my health benefits, which is true, and so I had to get the freaking government health plan for my health benefits, and my doctor didn't take the plan. He just dumped me. So my new doctor took the plan, and my joke is she's hot. It's true. My new doctor's hot. Like, she's stunning. I couldn't believe it. And the joke I come up with, hate to say it, but is she cured my ED like that. So, but she walked in the room. I'm like, I'm you're a doctor? Like, what? Right. Cool.
What are you here for? I was here for Viagra, but no, forget it. I'm good.
Right. I'm good. It turns out it was my ex-wife I wasn't into.
Right. Yeah.
I got one more if you guys are up for it. One more idea.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
I said on stage, I started to see a therapist recently, which is, you know, a vulnerable thing to admit as a man. But I, you know, and people started applauding, like, you know, like, oh, we do too, blah, blah, blah. I said, after the first session, according to my therapist, apparently we've got a lot of unpacking to do, you know, and that got a little bit of a laugh. But I said, hiring a therapist is sort of like hiring a mockingbird, because I want answers. And all I get is, I go, hey, doc, you know, why do you think I said that? And she's like, well, why do you think you said that? And I'm like, no, why do you think my parents had any effect on that? Do you think your parents had any effect on that? It's just a mock back at me.
That's great.
But it went, that's the end of it. I don't have anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could probably go, like, at the end of the session, she's like, how do you want to pay today? And I'm like, how do you want to pay today?
How do you want me to pay today?
Right.
Yeah.
How do you feel when I don't? How do you feel when patients don't pay you?
Danny, the first thing that popped into my mind, first of all, we got a lot of unpacking to do is a funny line. It just is. And everybody laughed at it because they probably heard their therapist. It's like one of those shocks of recognition,
right.
You know, which are one of the easiest laughs to get, you know, just a shock of recognition. They're a lot of fun. You know, just say something that everybody's going to instantly know. But
I know what it means. It essentially tells them I had a horrible session of me dumping all these problems on this lady, you know?
Well, here's where I went. I mean, I'm close, but here's where I went. So listen, we got a lot of unpacking to do, which is just a fancy way of saying you're going to pay for 20 more sessions.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, that's where my head went. Now you could probably word that funnier, or I don't know if you even think it's funny, but that's where my head went. We have a lot of unpacking to do. You're gonna make me rich, motherfucker.
Like that. We got a lot of. According to her, we've got a lot of unpacking.
Let the unpacking laugh. Sorry. Let the unpacking laugh sit. You know. By the way, that's just a fan. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Or like so along the same lines. You know, we've got a lot of unpacking to do, and I can say something like, "That sounds expensive."
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
What about just moving stuff into storage?
Yeah.
You took it, you wrapped it up. Good. Yeah. Eloquent. Yeah. Good.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That sounds expensive. Yeah. All right. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry. I love the mockingbird line. I love that. Did you do that on stage?
Yes, but not the flipping it around when she says
how do the flipping in a line. That's how you close it. Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I jotted that down. Yeah. How do you want to pay today? How do you want to pay today?
That's great.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Are you repeating my questions? How does it feel when I repeat your questions?
Did you see where I'm getting at?
Right. That sounds expensive. Instead of unpacking, what about a move to a storage unit?
Can we just put stuff in storage? Can we just put stuff in storage for a while?
Can we shift stuff? My problems to one.
Yeah. That sounds expensive.
A little 10 by 12, air controlled.
You see, I've seen you live, Danny. I've seen your videos, so I kind of know your pacing. I kind of see you doing that as we got a lot of unpacking to do. That's it. Yeah, Doc, that sounds expensive.
Right.
Can't we just put stuff in? Boom, boom. You know, see, like you let it sit. That's how I can see you doing it. But that's you of course do. Vac is back.
Not talking about therapy, and Vac loses it.
The ship just shook a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
That hard? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you still over there are you in Alaska still, Vac?
Yeah.
Lucky duck.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I love Alaska.
I'm looking forward to more of your Ajita videos.
Yeah, those are good, buddy. Yeah.
I think they're funny, and people said you should actually. What's the copyright? What gives me agita?
Yeah.
Apparently, something's giving me agita right now. But I just think it's funny. Like, I need to find more little things that'll be quick.
Yeah.
Like the suitcase thing really gives me agita. It really bothers me.
Yeah.
And I can't just get a flip top suitcase anymore. It's got to be okay. So I got to find little things that give me agita and just post them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you know what, Vac? I'll start. When I think of things like that aggravate, Danny, you're doing like a something like that, or like kind of like a video.
Yeah, I'm doing like I can't be alone on this, and I do my little rant.
Yeah, I think I sent you one. I came up with another one. Just give me a second. I'll think about it. But Vac, I'll try to come up with ones for you too, and just send them to you.
All right,
simple ones. Yeah, simple ones because it's quick. Simple. Yeah, it gives me agita. Yeah. It's just in and out. Perfect.
In and out.
You know, the shorter the video, the more potential for,
I think too, Vinny and Vac and you, and sometimes, us being comedy vets, we start to zoom out from the minutia. So once I started these videos of Am I Alone on This, which I haven't published yet, I had to zoom in everything from the lady filling my coffee tube high, so I can't, when I say leave room for cream, everything from that. In the past couple of years, I'm just letting it pass, like not even making note of it.
Yeah.
We got, I've had to start zooming in to the every little detail. You get 5 Splenda packets, 4 of them have it in, 1 doesn't. It's all just little crap like that.
Yeah.
That I've been passing over that I'm starting to write down.
Yeah. Smart.
So Vac, I think you'll find a ton if you zoom in, because we tend to zoom out as we go along in our career.
Yeah. I thought of another one for you.
I got to be careful. I don't say anything about the ship or the people on the ship.
Right.
Like I don't want to be. How come these cruise passengers always blah, blah, blah? I just don't want anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be something just not related to it. I just got to be careful with biting the hand that feeds me, as they say.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vin. I know you were going to say something.
No. I was just gonna repeat what I said before, and that was I thought of another one for you, Danny. It was very similar to the one that I sent you.
You sent me the parking one.
Yeah, the parking one. So I didn't. It was something. See, it was like you. The 2 examples you gave me weren't about people. It was about things or stuff that bothers you. Mine were both about people. So I didn't want to send you like the same type of thing. So I said I'll send that to him later. And I forgot what it was. I just should have done it, so then you'd have it. But I'll start thinking about those things for you too, Vac, because I dig those little things. I thought it was such a great idea when I first saw it. Something that gives me agita. You say it, that gives me agita, and then you're out. This is a great idea. Yeah.
Thank you.
I was just happy to hear that word agita, because it's a very Northeast thing.
My dad used to say it all the time.
Yeah, my family says it.
Yeah.
And not a lot of Southern people, but everybody knows what it is,
Yeah.
Everybody knows what it is. You know what it means. It's one of those words, I think you know what it means just by hearing it. Agita. It sounds like agita.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant thing.
It does. Yeah.
Right. You can't say like, I love this pizza. It's giving me agita.
Yeah.
You can't say.
That's right. Yeah. Good stuff, guys.
All right.
Are we cool?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I got to run, man. I took up the whole episode.
It's all right.
Dude, that's why you are here. That's why you were here. Okay, you were here to shred my video and to work on a bit or two. Yeah, that's why you're here. Dude, love having you. Thank you, Vac. Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we were so glad you were here for this episode. Thank you very much. Please follow Danny Johnson on social media. Check out his podcast, Behind the Bar with Danny Johnson. Your website is DannyJohnson.com, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Follow him.
The OG, one of the originals.
Yes, one of the original websites. And looking forward to your special. You're shooting it in November, I think.
January in Atlanta area.
January.
But yeah, I'm gonna film. I'll tape some of these new bits and lines we worked on, and I'll send them over. See what you guys think.
That would be awesome, bro. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already, and leave us a review. That really helps us. Helps our visibility. Thanks for being here, and thank you guys. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Vac.
Thanks,
you, Danny. Sure.
Yeah, guys. See you online.
All right. Thanks, everybody.